Good morning, class. Miss Montelucas, can you lead a prayer? So before you take your seat, arrange your chair properly. Miss Secretary, is anybody absent today? Very good. Now give yourselves 5 claps. So before we proceed to our lesson, we are going to have a recap for the lesson that we have discussed last meeting. Anyone? Yes, Mr. Gutierrez. Miss Sanchez. Yes, Miss Padua. Very good. Now give yourselves 3 claps. So before we proceed, I have here a simple game, the build game, where I am going to flash here the jumbled letters. Then you are going to identify a word that can be formed using these letters. The first one, the second one, and the last one. Okay, very good. Now class, what have you noticed on our game? Yes, Ms. Cantiveros? Very good. So, this game is related to the topic that we are going to discuss this morning. The topic that we are going to discuss is all about the proportion of lettering. The objectives of this topic is, at the end of the lesson, the students are expected to define the proportion of letters, execute the different proportions of letters. Last one is showcase multiple intelligence in presenting different proportions of letters. So, class, for you, what is proportion? Anyone? Okay, the first one is the normal letter, where normal proportion is used when the writing space is adequate and it follows the 6 by 6 grid proportion for letters. The height and width are normal. So it means that the size of the letter that you are going to use will depend on the space that you are going to occupy. Normal letter, so it means that the height and the width of the letter are the same and it will not change. Next one is the compressed letter. This type of proportion is used when the space is narrow. The height of the letter is greater than normal and width letter. So, ibig sabihin, if the space that you're going to use is too narrow, the best proportion that you're going to use is the compressed letter. Its height is greater than normal and width letter. The third one is the extended letter. Extended lettering are those which are wider than normal letters but of the same height. It means that if the space is too wide, extended letter is the best proportion of letter that you are going to use. Also, the width of the letter is extend. So that's it for today's lesson, class. Do you have any questions, clarifications? If nothing else, let's proceed to the group activity. So, the group activity, the class will count 1 to 3, then each group will form a circle silently. The teacher, I, will give each group one piece of bond paper where they will put the name of the group they formed using the proportions of letters. And the final output will be based on the criteria. Again, the three proportions of letters are the normal, the compressed, and the extended letter. Okay, class, here is the criteria. The accuracy, neat, and speed. Okay, so if you're done, post your output here in the blackboard and tell to the class where is the normal, the compressed, and the extended letter for the other group to be graded, and please keep quiet and listen. Okay, now, go back to your seat quietly and get 1/2 sheet of paper for our quiz. Okay, so for today's quiz, identification, identify what kind of proportion is being asked. Number 1. It is used when the writing space is adequate. Number 2. refers to the size of the letters to be used in relation to the space that they will occupy. Number 3, lettering which are wider than normal letters but of the same height. Number 4, the height of the letter is greater than normal and with letter. Last, number 5, the miscut. Okay, pass your paper forward. So, for your assignment, research and list the basic tools and equipment and its uses. Goodbye and God bless us all. Thank you.